Welcome to Deep Body Lab. Today we uncover the hidden danger lurking inside most men over 45, affecting health in silent ways. Most men look in the mirror and worry about the soft fat hanging over their belt, thinking it is the enemy. This is the fat you can see and pinch with your fingers, the kind that makes your clothes feel too tight. But surprisingly, that visible layer is not the most dangerous fat in your body, and many men do not realize this. There is a hidden invader you cannot see or pinch, yet it is strongly linked to heart disease and metabolic failure. Doctors call this visceral fat, and for men over 45, it may be the real reason your health starts to change. To understand the risk, we must first distinguish between the two completely different types of belly fat existing in your body. First, there is subcutaneous fat, which sits right under your skin and is generally passive, acting mainly as energy storage. While it might ruin the aesthetic of your abs, this type of fat is not metabolic poison like its dangerous counterpart. The second type is visceral fat, which lives deep inside your abdomen, tightly wrapped around your vital organs like a cage. It squeezes your liver, your pancreas, and your intestines, occupying space that should be free for your organs to function properly. Unlike the fat under your skin, visceral fat is metabolically active, meaning it constantly releases dangerous chemicals into your blood system. Think of it as an active gland that functions almost like a separate, toxic organ living inside your own abdominal cavity. This fat sends out signals that disrupt your entire system, leading to chronic issues that many men mistakenly attribute to aging. One of the primary dangers is increased insulin resistance, which makes your blood sugar levels significantly harder to control and manage. When visceral fat surrounds the pancreas, it blocks the normal function of insulin, pushing you closer to type 2 diabetes. It also triggers chronic inflammation throughout the body, which damages blood vessels and accelerates the aging process of your internal tissues. Perhaps most concerning for men, this toxic fat can actively interfere with testosterone production, creating a vicious cycle of health decline. This is why many men over 40 notice lower energy, a slower metabolism, and a sudden increase in stubborn belly fat. But here's the most surprising fact. A man can appear thin and not overweight, yet still carry dangerous visceral fat. Medical experts call this condition TOFI, which stands for thin outside, fat inside, a silent risk for many slender men. Why does this happen specifically after 45? Several biological changes make visceral fat much easier to gain as you get older. First, your natural testosterone levels gradually decline, which fundamentally changes how and where your body chooses to store its reserves of fat. Instead of storing fat under the skin of your arms or legs, your body begins prioritizing storage around the abdominal organs. Second, insulin sensitivity decreases with age, meaning your body becomes less efficient at processing carbohydrates and sugars from your daily diet. Third, chronic stress becomes more common in midlife, raising levels of cortisol, a hormone that specifically encourages belly fat storage. Cortisol acts like a fertilizer for visceral fat, signaling your body to hold on to abdominal stores as a survival mechanism. This combination creates the perfect biological environment for visceral fat to grow silently, even if you are not overeating significantly. Because visceral fat is hidden behind the abdominal wall, many men do not realize they have it until health issues arise. However, there are clear warning signs you can check right now without needing an expensive medical scan or hospital visit. The most obvious sign is a waist measurement over 40 inches for men, regardless of your overall height or build. If your waistline is growing faster than the rest of your body, it's a strong indicator of visceral accumulation. Persistent fatigue is another clue, especially if you feel tired after getting what seems like a full night of sleep. Routine blood tests can also reveal the truth, specifically if you show high triglycerides or elevated fasting blood sugar levels. Or if your doctor mentions fatty liver during a checkup, it's a definitive sign that visceral fat is present. These are all clues that fat is accumulating inside the abdomen, squeezing your organs and disrupting your metabolic functions silently. The good news is that visceral fat tends to respond very well and very quickly to specific lifestyle changes. Because it's metabolically active, it breaks down faster than subcutaneous fat when you start doing the right things. Consistent physical activity is the most potent weapon, particularly aerobic exercise that keeps your heart rate up for extended periods. Improving sleep quality is also crucial, as deep sleep helps regulate the cortisol hormones that drive belly fat storage. Managing stress levels is not just about feeling calm, it's a physiological necessity to lower the signals for fat accumulation. And improving diet quality by reducing sugar and processed carbohydrates will starve the visceral fat cells of their primary fuel. Research shows that reducing visceral fat can quickly improve metabolic health markers, sometimes seeing results within just a few months. This means it's never too late to start addressing it, and the benefits go beyond just looking better. For men over 45, belly fat is not always just a cosmetic issue, it's a serious medical warning sign. What matters more is where the fat is stored, not just how much total weight you're carrying on the scale. Subcutaneous fat is visible and annoying, but visceral fat is the hidden enemy that quietly affects your long-term longevity. Understanding the difference between these two types is the first critical step towards making better choices for your future body. Because when it comes to abdominal fat, what you cannot see may matter significantly more than what you can see. Taking action now ensures that your later years are spent in health and vitality rather than managing chronic preventable diseases. Small adjustments to your dinner plate and daily routine are all it takes to signal your body to burn visceral fat. Prioritizing recovery and stress management will lower the hormonal barriers that have been keeping that dangerous visceral fat locked inside. Your body has an incredible capacity to heal itself once you remove the toxic interference of excess visceral adiposity. Start monitoring your waist measurement monthly instead of just the scale, as it's a far better indicator of health. You are not alone in this fight. Millions of men face this shift, but only those who understand the science succeed. At Deep Body Lab, our mission is to provide you with the scientific knowledge you need to reclaim your metabolic edge. Don't let the invisible enemy dictate your future. Take control of your biology and eliminate the fat that truly matters. Every step you take and every healthy meal you eat is sending a signal to burn that dangerous internal storage. Your health journey is a marathon, not a sprint, but addressing visceral fat is the most important leg of the race. Remember the 4 pillars: quality sleep, nutrient-dense diet, regular movement, and stress control are your keys to long-term success. Monitor your metrics, listen to your body, and stay consistent with the small habits that compound over time for results. Making the hard choices today prevents the difficult medical diagnoses tomorrow, protecting your liver and heart for decades to come. A heart free from visceral pressure is a heart that can support you through all the adventures you still plan to have. Think about your long-term goals and the people who rely on you to be strong, capable, and present for them. Visceral fat is a formidable opponent, but it's one that you can defeat with knowledge, patience, and consistent action. Visualize the changes happening inside you right now as you commit to a lifestyle that prioritizes your internal metabolic health. Fiber is your best friend in this battle, acting like a sponge to help remove waste and regulate your blood sugar. Hydration plays a key role as well, ensuring your liver can metabolize fat efficiently without being overwhelmed by dehydration stress. Reduce your sedentary time. Even standing up more often during the day can trigger enzymes that help break down fats. Your doctor will be the first to notice the difference in your blood work, often before you see big physical changes. Breathe deeply, reduce the cortisol, and trust the process of healing that your body is naturally designed to perform. We have learned today that not all fat is created equal, and the invisible kind is the one worth fighting. Start today with one simple change, whether it's a walk, a better meal, or an extra hour of sleep. If you found this scientific breakdown helpful, please support the channel so we can continue bringing you vital health insights. Thank you for watching Deep Body Lab.
Subscribe for more science-backed health insights designed specifically for the optimization of the male body.